Welcome, my friends, to this first Sunday of Lent. And I quote, as our minds and hearts are cleansed of untrue thoughts and beliefs, and as we feed on living ideas, our bodies take on the life and light of our divinity, and eventually will become living light. So said Charles Fillmore. Living light. I chose to place this quote by one of our founders of Unity on the front of my Lenten guide as a reminder. Lent is a 40-day period of reflecting, of preparation, of cleansing, releasing, leading to the resurrection of new life. It is a time to focus on the resurrecting power within us all, within all life, to be involved and to be evolved through the cycle of life. For the modern day person, the practical application of Lent serves as a time to take a step back from your normal patterns and habits, to realign with your current priorities and your current wisdom. Becomes a time to ask of yourself, how do you want to live? Who do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to create in this world? At the end of the Lenten season, people often find that new habits have formed and they find themselves one step closer to who they really want to be, the person God intended for them to be. You release all this stuff that was just muddying the waters and, well, getting in your own way. It allows you to really focus on who you want to be, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. And of course, who you want to be with on this journey. This is intentional living. As we begin the Lenten season, reflect upon what you are ready and willing to release. Any grudges, use of weight words, fears, self-doubt? Are you like the sculptor, willing and able to better define who you really are? To release that which no longer needs to be there. Ridding your life of all the unnecessary weights and objections, fears, or uncertainties. And even more importantly, can you sculpt? Can you express? Can you visualize what you wish to become? For we each have been given free will. Unlike a granite or marble sculpture waiting for the artist's vision, we have the gift of free will, my friends. We alone create the form or the pattern of our next life stage. We can resist, overcome, accept, or surrender, or even embrace. Embrace in faith the gifts that we've each been given. It is our choice, our responsibility to choose. We can, we must choose to live intentionally. For it is with intention that we learn, that we grow, that we stay open to receiving God's good gifts. When I was the youth education director at other Unity churches, we had a practice that at the end of each service, I would lead all of the children out from the youth education area to greet the congregation. The children would literally burst the doors open, running and skipping, walking backwards, or even being carried until we were all standing in front of the adult congregation. All this while singing the song you may know, a Unity staple. We are walking in the light, in the light. We are walking in the light of God. Those moments helped me to feel close to God. Almost, not quite, but almost more than any other life experience. The children, so open, so pure, so loving, so joyous. And then seeing their parents turn around, admiring their children, absorbing the light and life and love in the room. I really understood what walking in the light meant. And I committed to trying to walk in the light every day, not just with 100 children behind me, but even perhaps especially when I walked alone, knowing that I too was walking with God, God's light surrounding me, inspiring me, protecting me. It's a lot easier to feel happy and joyous and walking in the light inside of a beautiful sanctuary surrounded by smiling faces. What I learned was that's just the beginning of the true walk. The goal is to learn to feel that sense of connection, to feel the power of God's love, even when I was alone, even when there was no music, even when I was challenged, even when I was sad or mad at myself, to know that I never, ever was purely, truly alone. But God's light and love enveloped me. I just had to learn to be brave enough to open my heart to accept it. People think that when someone has the title Reverend in front of their name, they got it all going on. But what they don't see behind the scenes is that I too can get just as lost going through the paces. I too feel pressures and weights, struggling with the outside world. Despite my deep roots in Unity's teachings, holding positive thoughts, well, it isn't always easy. We all have struggles in dark times and challenges when you just don't feel enough. You don't feel like you have what it takes to overcome it, whatever it is. When I got sick a time back, there were many people telling me all the things I couldn't do. I couldn't walk without a cane. I couldn't drive my car. I couldn't keep my job. It becomes very easy to take those words on as your own. And before you know it, it's 9 months later, and you don't even realize who you are and how you got there. Sometimes these feelings of negativity, these feelings of being weighed down, can last for so long that we begin to forget who we really are on the inside. I'm reminded of a story about a little boy in a war-torn country. And in the center of his town, there was a large pile of dried clay. It had been there for so long that no one even remembered where it came from, or what it really was. But one day, the little boy began picking away at it so slowly, day by day, until a beautiful golden Buddha statue was revealed. It had been covered over by mud for so long during times of great war that none of the adults even remembered it existed. Had it not been for this little boy's curiosity and determination to pick away at all this mud, the pure and beautiful golden statue would never have shown again. When I was about the age of this child, my dearest sister Jan fell in love with the music of Joni Mitchell. She would fill our house with her singing. I remember a particular song about paving over paradise. Sometimes the burdens, the weights, the pressures we carry within us in life can make us feel as bleak as a parking lot, constrained at every turn by yellow lines. Lent provides us the opportunity to take a step back and assess what is paving over your light, my light, our light. I encourage you to use these 40 days to reflect and release that which no longer serves. Use this time to reconnect with your paradise, your shining light, your true God's self. And so it is, and so it will be. Namaste.
They paid paradise and put up a parking lot with a pink hotel, boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paid paradise to put up a parking lot. They took all the trees and put them in a tree museum. And they charge the people $1.50 to see them. Don't always seems to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise and put up a parking lot. Ooh. Hey farmer, farmer, put on your DDT now. I don't care about the spots on the apple. Leave the birds and the bees, please. Don't always seem to go that you don't know what you got paradise and put up a parking lot. This last night I heard a screen door slam, and the big yellow taxis my girl away. Now don't ever seem to go, but you don't sure got till it's gone. They pay paradise and put up a parking lot. Well, it don't always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. Pay paradise and put up a parking lot. Well, it don't always seem to go that you got so much until it's gone. They paved everything and put up a parking lot. Yeah, they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. I said they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Woo! Thank you.